Hey there, everybody. We got a special treat for you today, and that treat is not just me and Shelly. It's Ricky and Barbara from the awesome YouTube channel RV Underway, right?
Awesome with a capital A, baby.
Yeah. And we're going to be asking them a bunch of questions. This is actually our second time interviewing you. Did you realize that?
It
Did
really
you remember?
is. I do. MacDill Air Force Base.
Yeah. The first time we interviewed you, we had a nice view of the bay,
Right.
Tampa Bay behind us, and the sound quality and the microphone was in the tank.
It was. But we will link it right here. Because if you want to check out that very first meeting of RV Underway and our epic RV adventure, there's a link right there.
It was our very first interview we did as well. So, yeah, that was... I don't know if I delete that video. May or may not still exist. Who knows? I don't look.
Yeah.
If it does exist, it'll be up here somewhere. All right. So, Shelly, you want to kick it off with?
We're gonna ask you the 25 questions that for full-time living, and
Okay.
we tried to make them unusual questions, not the same old that everybody gets. So, except for the first one, why did you choose to live in an RV?
Well, I'm going to answer this for Miss Barbara because Miss Barbara always said that her second home would be
An RV.
a Winnebago, to be precise.
Well, yeah, because that's all I knew about RVs at the time was a Winnebago since I was a little girl. So
We've always wanted to, and the opportunity arose. We had a couple of health scares, and we realized that God doesn't promise tomorrow. He does give us today, and we need to enjoy it. And so the RV life was something that just fit right with us perfectly.
So, how long has it taken you to downsize?
That's right.
because of him.
We've been downsizing because of her. We've been downsizing for like 2 years. Thinking about it for 3, downsizing for 2, really working at it the past 2 weeks.
No, that's not quite correct. I know we were supposed to do short answers, but Ricky, every time we went home, he'd say, "Can we go to the lake?" And so we would go to the lake, and we would not go to the house. So it's been 3 years.
What's the sense of an RV if you can't go to the lake?
That's right.
Well, did you guys have any problems with storing or discarding anything? Was that any of the issue?
Surprisingly, being a pack rat and loving knickknacks and memorabilia and collectibles and just things that people have given me over the years, surprisingly, I got to the point of acceptance that these are just things that mean something to me. I have the memory of these things. I don't have to hang on to them. My children don't want them. It holds no value for them. I don't want someone to have to go through our estate and our affairs when we're gone and pick through junk they'll have to throw away. So surprisingly, I was able to throw a lot of stuff away I thought I'd hang on to forever. However, it is really hard when you take a perfectly good drill and you just throw it in a dumpster because you just don't have space for it and you've got so many of them.
So, have you decided where your legal domicile is going to be? And I put it like that because I know you guys are still in the process of selling your house.
Yeah. We're probably leaning towards Florida.
Right.
Florida has a lot of advantages for retired military, the tax situation. Also, it's close enough where we can go to family if we need to. So it's probably going to be Florida.
So do you have a mail forwarding service? I mean, you guys aren't technically out of your home, so you could have things sent there, but
We do. We have a mail forwarding service, JW Michael, our sons.
However,
Sweet.
what they do is they just take it from the mailbox
To
to
the
the
house.
house. That's how forwarded it gets.
Well,
We still have the house, so.
I guess the follow-on question to that would be: Is the mail forwarding service you have, is it reliable?
No. No. But
right.
most of our bills are prepaid or automatic, deductions, so we're pretty much able to keep up with the necessities. But if you send us a birthday card, it might take us 2 or 3 months to see it.
Do you
So
have a
don't send
plan
cash.
to have a mail forwarding service?
We've got some very good friends who use escapees, and that is something we will investigate
Very
intensely very soon. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a referral link if you'd like escapees in the description below. Now, shameless plug. How did you know what type of RV to choose?
Well, our first RV was a gasser. It was an older Bounder, Fleetwood Bounder, and it was the RV that presented itself to us at the perfect price at the perfect time. And it was a great beginner RV. But it wasn't long after we owned it, though we loved Matilda 1, Matilda G, the original, and still love it. We're going to sell it soon, but we still have it and we still like it. I just wanted more power. I knew we were going to be towing our vehicle, and I wanted a diesel coach, and Miss Barbara wanted a coach with a little more area because the original Bounder had no slides. And we're on number 3 now, and it has opposing slides, diesel pusher, and it's perfect for us right now. So a Class C was always the RV we were going for.
Class A, baby.
I'm sorry, Class A. We never considered a travel trailer or a fifth wheel. Just never did.
But what aftermarket modifications have you made to it?
Well,
Or plan to in the short term?
well, what I plan to do is probably replace the Dometic fridge, the RV fridge, gas electric, with a residential refrigerator. This is our second RV now that has had refrigerator issues, and so we're probably just going to go straight electric and run it off the inverter. And so that answers 2 questions for you. What
Yeah.
have we done and what are we going to do? What have we done is not much to this one.
No, because it's already had some aftermarket modifications from the
Right.
previous owner. The dining set was taken out. He put his desk in there. So it already had some modifications. The carpet was already removed. They already put flooring down. We may have to upgrade the flooring sometime in the future. We will take the couch out and put in recliners. That's going to happen probably this next
Very
weekend.
soon, yeah.
So those are, we, like you said, we didn't do a lot yet, but we do have some future plans. Knickknacks, curtains. Actually put something up on the walls. We haven't even done that yet. So
Now, for those of you out there with older RVs or RVs that are having problems with your RV fridge, take a chapter from what Ricky's planning on doing here and replacing it with a residential fridge. Now, I know he's going to have a video on it. As soon as he gets that done, we'll put a link in the description below to that.
So your most prized RV appliance or accessories must be the fridge. No. Okay.
But it is
Alright.
the
air fryer.
Okay.
Ninja air fryer and the Instapot.
We do own a Blackstone,
We do.
but we don't take it out as much because usually it's just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
So, do you ever get tired of living in such a small space?
It's never been an issue.
That's really a bad question for you two, because you were a submariner
Yeah, no, it never bothered me.
and you spent a lot of time on a ship as well. So,
The space is not at all a problem. My only problem is, and I think a lot of us women can understand this, I'm watching TV and enjoying my show, and he's watching YouTube videos or TikTok videos at very loud volume. So that's the small space.
I
Now, usually
always wear headphones. I
he
do.
never
I
always. He never always. He does sometimes. He does not wear headphones.
Well, what do you love about RV lifestyle?
Being able to see different places, go to the lake, go to the beach, come out here where you can be out in nature. I mean, I love that part of it.
so what's the one thing that you feel like you under budgeted for with going full time?
Well, until recently, having the fuel rug pulled out from under our feet, we obviously under budgeted for fuel greatly.
Everybody did.
Yeah, but it's probably food.
So would you guys because of under budgeting, would you consider work camping?
Yes, we have
Yes.
considered it, but it would probably have to be a place like a COE or a military base because they have the facilities and the infrastructure that we like the best. Also, we're not ready to bite that bullet because we still have so much we want to see, do, and be.
What's the hardest thing about the full-time RV lifestyle?
The hardest thing, I think, is not the actual RV or the maintenance or the travel or the setup and breakdown and moving. The hardest thing for us, I think, is planning when and how to get our prescriptions on the road and mapping out scheduling all of our doctor's appointments and things of that nature and trying to get back to the home 20 so we can go see the doc, pick up prescriptions, get back on the road. That's the hardest thing. And she agonizes over that, making sure that in our trip planning, we have to make it home for appointments and we try to book our appointments, schedule them at the same time. That's the most difficult thing.
How do you keep up with friendships while you're on the road?
They watch our YouTube channel.
Actually, we have my brother who has an RV, so we tend to go RVing together a lot. That's family. Our friendships have shifted over the past 3 or 4 years to RVers. We still have our lifelong friends and we stay in touch through social media and phone calls and occasionally when we're in the area with the RV we'll go visit, but we tend to find that a lot of our friends now are longtime friends that we've only known for a short period. You know, I think Miss Barbara says it best when she says, you're my longtime friend I met for the first time. You know, and we feel that way about our epic RV adventure, Michael and Shelley and Talon. We've only known you for 3 years, going on 4, but it seems like a lifetime. So our friends tend to be those that we associate with now on the road.
So you guys have a dog. What are some of the challenges you face with traveling with a large dog?
She owns the RV.
Sure.
Her hair is everywhere. Even as I'm cleaning up, it moves and there's more hair. So that's the big thing. Also, she is a nervous traveler. She's getting better the more we travel, but she's got to sit behind me. And some of you may know that this current arrangement that we have, I do not have a passenger seat. I sit on the couch with the dog, and she's behind me. So that's uncomfortable. But I wouldn't have it any other way. She's family, and we're going to deal with the hair.
What kind of technology have you used to improve your RV travel? See, I was sure that was going to be a Michael question for you.
Well, we went through an evolution. We first did Dish Playmaker satellite for our TV. And we had our cell phones for the hotspots. And we eventually moved to a Verizon Jetpack, and we had an unlimited, truly unthrottled, grandfathered in package that we've maintained all these years. And that tends to work best for us. But we did move from Dish satellite to full YouTube TV. So YouTube, Hulu, HBO Max, Disney, you know, we've got quite a few subscriptions. So we get all our TV, everything we want, via the internet. And so that's great, but that's also bad in the same way. If you get in an RV park with terrible cell service, then you're just, you know. The only other technology I really added was cameras. This RV didn't have corner cameras, so now I've got 2 cameras on the front, 2 cameras on each side, camera in the front, a camera in the back. And I did get a cell booster for our cell signal.
How do you plan your trips?
I do most of the planning of the trips. I still keep a paper calendar, you know, the little book, and I write all the doctor's appointments in there, family events, family things that we need to do or want to do, and then I plan my trips around those. I use Trip Wizard, which I'm not an expert at. I'm getting better every time I use it.
What RV memberships do you guys have?
Well, we recently became Thousand Trails members. We're Passport America members. We're Harvest Host Boondockers Welcome members. What have I left out?
And military
Oh, of course.
bases, and
With our military background, we have access to the bases.
lifetime senior passes that we can use at
Right.
Corps of Engineer and some state parks, not all state parks, because some state parks you have to be a part of that state park system. But so those are the type of memberships that we have.
Yeah.
So it's a travel day for us today. How is your travel day when you are packing up and getting ready to go?
Number one, if at all possible, we do not travel on a Sunday because that makes Ricky too sad. He hates packing up. I do the inside, he does the outside. A lot of times he'll go ahead and get a start on the outside in the evening before. It's not hard to get things done in the inside, but I pack that up, and we usually try to plan to leave before lunch wherever we go, and I know we're keeping you guys a little bit longer, but we usually try to leave before lunch. However, if we're at the lake and checkout time is at 3 o'clock, we might pull out at 2:59 because it's the water.
That's right.
How long do you stay in one place?
We usually stay at least a week.
At least. We try to stay 2, and if we really like the park, we'll get on the phone and try to extend and try to stay. But with
Which messes up our travel plans.
that's right.
If you're in the back part of Shields RV.
But that's right. But if the prices of fuel continue as they are, those plans obviously
We'll stay to the limit of whatever park we're at.
Right.
So do you have a favorite place, a campground or a resort?
I think our favorite so far has been the fam camp on Camp Lejeune and
Onslow.
Onslow Beach. And it's right on the beach. Now, that is a military base, so it's a fam camp. But that's our favorite of all the fam camps. We've only stayed at a couple of resorts, but I've got to give a shout out to Carabel RV Resort.
You didn't hear that because we want to be able to book it anytime we want to go. Sorry.
You kind of already answered the next question, but I'll ask it anyway. Has the recent gas and diesel price increase caused you to alter your RV travel plans?
Certainly, like
Yeah.
everybody, sure.
Yeah.
So what type of RV blogs or YouTube channels do you tend to follow?
I tend to
We
like the
watch all of you.
bing, little twinkle in the eye there. I tend to watch the technical channels. I'll scan the thumbnails, and if something jumps out, then I'll watch it. I like the technical stuff. I like the DIY stuff. Our YouTube channel is, a hodgepodge of everything. We have RV park reviews, military park reviews. I do product reviews. I'll do an install or repair. It doesn't matter. But we also have a little handful of channels we really love, friendships, and we make sure we watch those because that's our way of keeping up with them.
That's
It
where
doesn't
I'm at.
necessarily mean that's where they are right now, but that's where they've been. They made a video, and you're kind of following their life. So we like doing that.
When are you going to stop messing around and just come back to the real world?
Never.
Well, not never. We do have an exit plan. We have thought about that. Given our health right now, we're in good health, and we're going to hitch on this train as long as we can. But when the time comes that either mobility or health issues start restricting our movements, then we just plan on getting a small apartment somewhere in Florida that somebody else has to cut the grass and, take care of the place, and probably near a military base. That would be an exit plan, and that's way down the road. Hopefully that is way down the road because we're having way too much fun right now.
Well, guys, thanks so much for sitting down with us. Thanks so much for coming up here and spending time with us. It's been a kind of a difficult few days for me, and yeah, I love you guys.
It was a very
And-
emotional day a couple of days ago, and
Yeah.
but we've had some fun.
And this was a modification to our plans.
Yeah. Yeah.
They let us know that they were going to be up here, and immediately I made reservations and canceled the other ones.
Sure.
And we like doing that.
Yeah.
That was important to us too.
Yeah. So thank you guys for that. Thank you guys for watching and supporting us. Definitely go check out Ricky and Barbara at RV Underway if you haven't done so already. Thanks so much for watching, and as always,
Make your next journey an epic adventure. See ya.
bye.